Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode, Chapter 4, Day 1, continued with charity case underway as we sought out 4 working women to join a pageant to collect donations to rebuild the damaged Crossbell, while sweeping the residential district and the cathedral. With Joanna, Shan, Reese, and Wendy recruited, we ended up having to add Tio to the mix as Officer Kate was called away, as the event went off without a hitch, leading to Tio getting a prize and Cynthia winning the whole thing, as we now continue onwards.
What do I do with what I just got? Miss Crossbell. A coveted plaque given to the runner-up of the Miss Crossbell pageant. Tio's name is inscribed on it. I'm kind of slightly upset that I was the tiebreaker. I feel like the mainstay would have probably voted for Shan, because there's a lot of people who are Shan fans. Reese would have won if she didn't pull out. Everyone had a grand old time. We managed to collect plenty of mirror for the reconstruction efforts to boot. Turned out Roy's pageant suggestion was a winning idea after all. Pageant went off without a hitch. We could have done it without you guys. Thanks again for gathering all those lovely ladies up for us. Thank you for attending today's charity drive. If there are any events that interest you in particular, let me know. I would be happy to provide you with more information. Okay then. I hope you all enjoyed today's charity event. Still ongoing, is it? Back to the food. Pageant has raised us a considerable sum of mirror for the city's reconstruction. So thanks to our guests. Oh, and you as well, SSS. How much? I'm actually planning to return home to Rematheria in the near future. My parents would have preferred that I leave sooner, but at least now I'll have a nice story to share with them. See, we did a good deed. Hey, nice hustle out there. I'm in the middle of interviewing the pageant participants. You won't mind if I swing by and hit you up later, right? I feel bad leaving Grace hanging, but we don't really have time to stick around for one of her grilling sessions. If we duck out now, she'll never notice. Oh, really now? I guess I can understand why your family would want you to come home after the raid. Yep. This pageant turned out to be an excellent article material. I managed to snap a ton of great photos too. Now I just need to return to the CNS and sort through them. Look at her go, by the way, Reese. As a woman myself, I can say for a fact that the ladies in the pageant were simply stunning. And they're all in the workforce too. What terrific role models for the little girls out there. Even my son seems to admire them. I mean, it didn't seem to be objectifying them, so I guess okay? I don't know how it works. I'm a man, so I probably can't say. Do you know what I mean? I thought that police officer lady was super cool. All the other voters know Shen-Shen's dad too, it's true. The pageant was quite riveting. Perhaps if I were 30 years younger, I could have participated myself. I'm glad it was a secret ballot, though. I still went for what I felt was the safest option, however. Boy, do I love being adored. That was a ton of fun. I'd do it again in a heartbeat if I got the chance. Just imagine if Shan-Shan's dad got a hold of the ballot slips and worked out everyone, but he would have the effort to work everyone out by handwriting, wouldn't he? He would have the drive. I can't believe I agreed to go up on stage for something like that. Well, I thought you looked just darling up there, Joanna. Please, Lady Ellie, you're embarrassing me. I can't believe I paraded around on stage like that. I'm so embarrassed. I'd assumed the pageant was going to be in poor taste, but it actually ended up being quite a lot of fun. Thank you all for making it happen. All the participants were absolutely lovely. They were they? It makes me regret not volunteering myself for the maid role. Why didn't you? Wait, we didn't even count you. I think I'm stuck, by the way. Ah, now that was a sight to soothe the soul. There may be plenty of snacks here, but I much prefer the eye candy if you catch my drift. My god, did this really happen? Oh, I got out! Turbo mode, can get you through gaps. We're saved. My poor little tum-tum. This is what I get for overeating like a pig. But if it's for the sake of Crossbell, I'll devour everything and then some. We did speak to Eris in the end. Thank you for inviting me, everyone. Experiences like these are few and far in between for members of the church. I'm just glad you had fun. Few and far between is the phrase, though. Kind of a shame you dropped out, though. You're the only one I really wanted to vote for. Yes, well, as a non-Crossbell, and I felt it would have been wrong of me to compete against the other woman. But I'll happily accept the compliment nevertheless, thank you. Reese just might have taken the whole thing home if she stayed on the ballot. She would have. Although she seems to be blissfully unaware of that fact. No, she must know. Though I declined to participate in the competition, I still consider it a worthwhile experience. After all, this buffet is enough of a reward already. A pot of food on her plate puts the Mainz mountains to shame. Reese always was something of a gourmand. To be honest, wouldn't have voted for Reese either because I was just worried that there's a balcony up above me. I felt I could hear the crumple of salt dripping from what sounded like a drawn crossbow, and I was a bit worried at that point in time, so I decided definitely I wouldn't vote that way. Phew. For a second, I was scared Shanshan would bow out the pageant completely. She's back to her regular old self now, thankfully. All's well that ends well, huh? Shanshan really strutted her stuff on that stage, though. I'm sure Massa doesn't find out. Daddy'll be over the moon if this ends up getting us more customers. I'm still worried about Alicia, but I know deep down in my heart that she'll come home. I need to cheer up so I can welcome her back with that great big smile. With a great big smile. Still hanging around, huh? For what it's worth, I thought your guys' entry was pretty cool. Imagine my surprise when I saw it was up there. You'll always be the real winner in my eyes. Thank you for the support. Well, I hope you guys keep enjoying yourselves. We've still got plenty of food to go around. And that is our gourmand area checked out. Feel like Kevin is chill for that, though. I still can't believe that if there is a game skipped in the series by people, it's third. I really liked third. Right, where are we off to next? Well, I could get mines done. Maybe go for the Nox Forest monster soon enough. We've done a lot of Crossbell City at this point. I was thinking of going out to the right first of all, but now I'm like, well, it's just mines left over here. I should probably take my actual car. Should I go to Rosenberg Studio? I don't know. We haven't done West Street yet, have we? Bim, bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Also, I need to work out if I need to go to any of these chests. Am I of level yet? Am I grown up enough? Harold Hayworth is here. When the Jaegers rolled into town, I thought we were done for. The CGF tried to come save us, only to get taken out one after another. What's weird is that the Jaegers left us and our staff alone. Why were they even here then? What were those Jaegers even doing here in the first place? Literally, they killed a lot of people. Having fun? People are saying that the occupation here and the raid on the city were Imperial maneuvers to make Crossbell retract its independence proposal. Innocent civilians were held hostage and the CGF suffered so many losses. How could anybody sacrifice human lives for the sake of political gain? There's just no forgiving that. I mean, that's the world, buddy. What do you want me to say to you? When the town was being occupied, all I could do was cower in a corner of the inn. Marlo kept me company the whole time, telling me that it'd be alright, that we'd make it out safe. I used to think he was kind of an oaf, but maybe my opinion of him has changed, just a little. When it happened, I was so scared that I couldn't even talk smack the way I usually do. I'll have to thank Marlo for being there to comfort me. And so it begins. Everyone at St. Ursula has been working tirelessly since the raid on the city. I'm trying to take care of as many patients as I can here in Mainz to ease their load. It's quite an undertaking, but many hands make light work, as they say. That goes double in times like these. I'm trying to take care of as many patients here in Mainz as I can. It's times like these that make me glad that I got my medical license. Ayla and I are here to help clean up the fallout from the occupation. We exterminated the wanted monsters in the surrounding areas, so hopefully that won't be a concern for a while. The emotional scars from the townsfolk won't be healing anytime soon, though. Most of them can hardly sleep at night. Maybe we should talk to Mikkel about extending our stay here a little while longer. Just gonna live up here for a bit. Makes sense. In the end, those mercenary goons didn't lay a hand on our people or our food supply. Sure, we were scared out of our wits the whole time, but compared to the CGF, the damage was negligible. What were they trying to accomplish here? That's the part I just don't get. Those Jaegers, just what were they after? Can't make heads or tails of it. Whatever they're doing is still more to come. Honestly, the main thing I can pinpoint them actually doing was having fun. Unfortunately, a night out on the town for Shirley involves the murder of many people. They may be combatants, but it wasn't a fair fight. Aeolia served me some soothing herbal tea the other day. It's been helping me relax after the troubles of the last week. I'll have to thank her and Lynn both. To be honest though, if I was part of a mercenary corps that, you know, like a Jaeger corps, I would also never engage in a single fair fight. Aeolia and Lynn went to the old deserted mine to take care of some monsters for us today. This isn't the first time they've helped us out. I'm going to have to think of some way to thank them both for their service. Not me this time then. Well, if it's in the SSS. Mayor Bixon, I'm sorry for everything Mainz has had to go through. Yes, well, we haven't had much in the sense of outright damage, but the shock has yet to subside. We're coping as well as we can manage, with help from the braces, of course. I can only imagine how horrible this has been for all of you. Indeed, though, thankfully things have started to calm down a tad. I'm doing everything I can in my capacity as mayor to help the town in the meantime. I know you all are having a rough go of it yourselves. Stay safe and best of luck. I'm doing everything I can in my capacity as mayor to help the town in the meantime. I must stay safe. Yeah, and they stole our bell. Our symbol. How dare they? And they had rolled on top of their ship like a badass. What the hell was that? When the bad guys showed up, the miners fought back to protect the town. They were no match though. Dad even got hurt when they shoved him out of the way. It was only a few scratches, but I was still scared for him. When they shoved him out of the way, they just treated him like nothing then, basically. We're going to imagine the mines would be occupied by Jaegers. It's like something from Crossbell's old era of disputes. Gracious me, what is happening to our state? We could have imagined that mines would be occupied by Jaegers. It's like something from Crossbell's old era of disputes. You're saying that again? Shh. Give me sweet double dialogue. So many guardsmen from the CGF sacrificed themselves for our sake. But I imagine their families waiting for them to come home. I just don't have the words. Those fallen guardsmen left behind families and loved ones forever. I just don't have the words. Can you imagine what would have happened if they just didn't come? Would everything have ended up better? At least in the amount of casualties department. Do you know what I mean? I know no one knew, but they didn't have any intention of like hurting the people here properly. The only people that generally died were those who were trying to get here. Obviously, there must have been people dying in the city as well, but... Wonder how much the casualties could have been cut by actually weirdly not trying to take this place back. It ain't worthwhile unless you smile. Daddy says no matter what happens, you'll always feel better if you put on a big happy grin. That said, that's hindsight, isn't it? I hope everyone in town cheers up soon. Everyone else in Mainz is still in a rut after those damn Jaegers squatted in our village. I was just as much a part of it as anyone else. But there's no use staying down the mouth about it forever. Being full of spit and vinegars about all me and the miners are good for. It's up to us to keep this town in high spirits. I just sat on something then. He may have noticed me jump in the corner window. Those Jaegers were spine-chilling, sure, but there's no use getting down the mouth about it forever. Being full of spit and vinegars about all the miners are good for, yeah. Keep high spirits. My eyes shot open wide. Oh, hello, Mr. Hayworth. Did you come to Mainz on business today? That I did. I made a drop off the produce I purchased from our Mariabell village. The people here have been living in fear ever since the occupation. Though there weren't any casualties, it has still left a tremendous impact. In such times as these, there isn't much that a merchant like myself can do, but nevertheless, I'd like to contribute in any way I can. Every smile they give me makes it that much more worth it. Also, imagine the town's perspective on that. They aren't trying to hurt you, we're not going to bother. My husband was injured during that whole occupation incident. He's alright now, but I was worried sick when it happened. My husband is already back on his feet and working, but I've never been more scared when he got hurt. Courage is a virtue, of course, but I wish he'd have a little more caution, too. Courage is the theme. Mines are finally back in operation as of yesterday. There's a lot to think about when it comes to the future of Crossbell, but for now I'll just focus on my work. In the end, I'm only a miner. And like the chief always says, a miner's got to dig. Luca was terrified to have a mine at the end when the occupation started. I'm better at mining than consoling, so I don't know if I was any help. Hopefully she feels better soon. And he was doing it out of the kindness of his heart and not to get in, see? I remember something about that girl who was leading the Jaegers during the occupation. She was actually here in town a ways back, stocking up on a ton of septium. That same girl wound up making mincemeat out of the CGF. Still can't believe it. It's the stuff of nightmares, man. Feels like Gantz is taking a lot more notice of things now. The mines was being occupied, we tried to push the Jaegers out of town. But when we confronted them, they knocked me off my feet like it was nothing. My hips are still aching. My injury wasn't too serious, but that didn't stop Miranda from giving me an earful about how rash I'd been. My hips still hurt a bit, but I don't regret standing up to those Jaegers. I'm just glad the other miners are safe, not to mention the rest of the village. First, Mines gets occupied, and then Crossbell City gets raided right after. There must be some way I can help either place out. Well, I'm just a miner, and a mediocre one at that. What can someone like me even do? Bit down in the mouth there. Allowing those Jaegers to take over the village was a disgrace for us miners. Next time those low-life bastards come around, they'll be sorry. Not only did they occupy mines, they attacked the city as well. Yep. That's Mainz Mining Village. That's our sweep here done. I don't know if I should check out Rosenberg's studio or anything. I'm thinking about going into the Nox Forest. Ah, yes. Before we were going to do any kind of fighty thing. Yeah, that's true. I wanted to get my weapons upgraded, right? We've got fancy new weapons to equip and upgrade. So we should probably just return to Crossbell and go towards the downtown district from the Harbour District way. Let's continue sweepity sweep. And then work on things after the fact. Yes. I definitely did want to check that out. I can give him my quest that I've done. Get some more money. That always helps, right? Oh, autoresponder? This is the Crossbell Police Department? Please hold while we review reports. No! Yeah, we need to speak to, Oh, that was Detective 4th Class. Strega Omega. My report has been processed. Thank you very much. Strega Omega. That's the wrong thing. That's evasion. Defense plus 200, move plus 8, speed plus 5, accuracy plus 10%, evasion plus 10%. Strega Omega. Seems like a good idea for you, actually. 10% evade. I'll take it. One quest down. Right, let's continue on from the Harbour District then. Yes, we do need to continue to gear our party a little bit. But still, Crossbell news. The reconstruction effort is in full swing and the referendum is in 3 days. Despite everything that's happened, Crossbell City feels more unified than ever. Though personally it feels as though the people in favour of independence are a lot more animated about the issue. Not that I don't understand, it's only natural for any citizen to have a strong opinion on this. Very strong by the look of it. Whatever the truth may be, Arabonia is never going to claim responsibility for the raid. As for how they plan to respond to the situation, all we can do is wait and see. The newest rumour making the rounds is that the Empire is responsible for the raid. People are talking about it all over town. I get why it would look that way, but it's a slippery slope to lean on. If only we can uncover the truth somehow. Well, you are the news. Get to work, reporting, and discovering. It's rebuilt, no problem. Well, Kat and I enjoyed our share of ups and downs, but just because it went to a noodle cart heaven doesn't mean I have to break too. Now that I have a new cart, I'm ready to push it into the future and make a fresh start. I guess you're coming this way now, right? Already been a week since the raid, huh? Seems things are finally settling down. I just hope we never have to experience anything that horrible again. Oh, Kat and I enjoyed our share up and down. They're saying the same thing. Well, the noodles are go. Even though Hayaway's office was destroyed, things have calmed down pretty quickly around here. Imagine the upcoming referendum is keeping most of the citizens out of the doldrums. A lot can change when people's backs are against the wall. Something tells me we're going to see that in the results. Even though Hayaway's office was destroyed, things have calmed down pretty quickly around here. Yep. Seems not very much a double dialogue there again. Working hard, everyone. Oh, Sergeant Major Seeker. Hello, ma'am. If the Sergeant Major is here, then that must make all of you the SSS. Was there something you needed from the Guardian Force? No, it's nothing like that. We just wanted to see how things are with the IBC building after the explosion. How bad is it? Probably about as much as you're thinking. All that's left is a burnt-out husk. I get the feeling it's going to be nearly impossible to rebuild it. They're still assessing the full extent of the damage, however. Ellie, what are all of you doing here? Belle! You're here too, Mariabell. Yes, I came to inspect the IBC myself. Would you all care for a little chat? It's been a while, Mariabell. We haven't really had a chance to meet after our stay at the resort. Yes, it's been far too long since we last spoke face to face. I understand that you were present when the building was destroyed. What matters most, though, is that you're safe. Same to you, Belle. We heard that you were in Michelin at the time of the incident. Thank goodness you're all right. Oh, Ellie, you were that worried about me? That must be true love speaking. But Belle, you're my best friend. Of course I was worried about you. You know, you're surprisingly chill for someone whose family business just went up in flames. He's right. I'm impressed by how well you're keeping it together. And I must be doing a fine job of maintaining the facade. Don't think for a second I'm indifferent to the gravity of the situation. So it really is that bad then? The guardsman just told us all that's left is a burnt-out husk. Bad doesn't even begin to describe it. For all the catastrophes in the world, the IOC building was blown sky high. I personally escorted Miss Croyce to the site earlier, and it's just as grim as she says. We were hoping to recover the Sepith ingots stored in the basement, as well as the contents of our vaults. Frankly, I've given up on that at this point. Reconstructing a completely destroyed building is more than we bargained for. It'll take time just to clear the rubble. Thankfully, we were able to transfer the bank's day-to-day operations to Orcus Tower for the time being. I heard about that. It was impressive how quickly you were able to restore the IBC's backup data. Evidently, other countries felt the same. Well, building in precautions is simply a natural step in systems administration. We're able to serve our customers at Orcus Tower now too, so it's not all that bad news. That doesn't mean I don't still want to burn the Red Constellation down in return. I'm spread thin even on the best of days. Now those barbarians have increased my workload tenfold. If I ever see them again, I won't hesitate to tear each of them limb from limb myself. I've never seen her so furious. That reminds me, Belle, what happened to your precious Rosenberg dolls? Oh my goodness, yeah. I don't suppose they were caught in the blast too? Oh, them. The maid who cleans my room stored them in their trunks and carried them to safety as per the emergency protocol I arranged. So fortunately, my little darlings are all safe and sound. Good planning truly does pay off. It's one of the few silver linings in this mess. Well, at least she can rest easy knowing her dolls are safe. If only she cared about my well-being as much as she does theirs. Excuse me, Miss Croyce, but it's almost time. It's been lovely chatting with you all, but all good things must come to an end. We'll have to catch up again some other time. If you would excuse me. Not a problem. We didn't mean to keep you from your busy schedule. Until next time, Belle. Have a good day. For all the money the Croyce family have, you think they'd actually hire in some stronger people to guard? Weirdly. Just a note. The IBC has been reduced to a burnout husk of its former glory. At this point, I honestly don't know if it'll be possible to rebuild it. Seems that Mayor Croyce's daughter couldn't recover much during her inspection of the IBC. It's a small comfort to know that the bank was able to transfer its financial systems to Orcus Tower, at least. It seems like you possibly can get some more stuff from places, though. It's just very locked up. No one has seen Hayaway since the raid. couldn't find anything useful in what's left of their office building either. Either they're hiding somewhere in Crossbell or they fled the state entirely. Just where did they run off to? I doubt that Sal's, left Crossbell left. God. I peg him as being able to cut his losses, but I also peg him as, going, if I can get my revenge, I will. There used to be an Eastern-looking building over there, but now it's totally gone. Adam, Misa, and I have been just a little slower to escape during the raid. It fills me with dread to think of what might have happened to us. Where did you escape to? There's still one person we haven't talked to. I just have to find her. The office by the river was completely destroyed. Word is they were working for the Republican government. Knowing that makes me wonder if the Imperial government hired those Jaegers to take them out. What does any of that have to do with Crossbell? I don't want to see us dragged into their conflicts anymore. Why is it always Crossbell that gets caught in the line of fire? It's because we're not a sovereign state. If that's the case, then it's all the more reason to show them that we have the strength and will to be independent. Right then, East Street. Oh, was there a way through? No. Mystery chest. Mystery chest. I'm just here. You're not allowed me. I need a bomb to go off or something at this rate to be able to get through to that. Not wishing it to happen. I heard Hazel is helping his gang with the reconstruction efforts in the downtown district. It's working for the good of others. The old Hazel never would have done that. He's gone and made his big sister so proud of him. Hazel used to be such an antisocial little boy, always up to no good. He's really changed for the better. I couldn't be prouder of him. Wonder if there's anything I could do to help everyone. Maybe I should go downtown and ask Azzy. Okay, hopefully all these changes of clothes I packed for Fran will be enough. Oh, I know. I should bring her some fresh fruit to snack on. Mom, you're home. Didn't you say you were going to visit Fran earlier today? That's right. I got back just recently. Thank heaven she's awake again. We really owe it to that inspector from the 2nd Division for keeping her safe. Yeah, I'll have to go and give him my thanks. Make sure you do. So you'll be going to the hospital too? I was planning to head back again and drop some things off. Fran's going to need a few changes of clothes after all. I love and hate the level designer for that chest placement. Jet. It's probably some special... If I'd have to guess, I'd be thinking it's the barrel on East Street that gets to that chest. They somehow get removed in between those two buildings. But because there's no actual, line there, I doubt it because it would be, I'm sure it'd have to notify a seek transition to another screen. But it doesn't have that with the bit behind Acacia Apartments. No, this is Acacia Apartments. The bit between, not Vingset, Villa Raison. There we go, I'm going through the names of places. So at this point, I just imagine it's probably something to do with possible underground access. Geofront, maybe. Maybe. My company's office was in the IBC, but as you know, it's now burnt to a crisp. It shouldn't be a surprise that we're closed for business for the time being. No one was hurt, so it should only be a matter of time before we're up and running again. But still, what a mess. The assailants destroyed the IBC buildings, so the company I work for was closed for business. I suppose I should be thankful that East Street came out unscathed. I saw it. The giant monster that rampaged through the downtown district. Oh, it was just dreadful. When did Crossbell become such a terrifying place to live? Whenever I think about the possibility of that monster appearing again, I can't stop myself from trembling. Yeah, you didn't get to see him being cool on top of a ship, though. Less scared, more. That's cool. Meow. Maria and I might go to the charity event later. They said there'll be lots of pretty girls there, so we should be there too. Sorry, we already held it. But you should obviously be there too, yeah, sorry. Especially Marie. My family in Arabonia was worried about me, so they sent me a letter. After a catastrophe like that, I'd like to return home soon myself. Perhaps I should consult the main office about this. My family was worried sick about me. Gonna have to arrange for a transfer back to Arabonia somehow. Yes. Get on it. Roy and Grandpa went away somewhere. Guess I'll just play with Grandma today. Roy and Grandpa are doing something for Chewy. Sweetie? I think that's what they said. How could something like this happen to our beloved Crossbell? Even now, I can't unhear the screams of that enormous demonic monster that attacked the downtown district. Seems I've got another sleepless night ahead of me. The bell from Central Square has been stolen. No one knows where it went, nor why anyone would take it in the first place. Something about it all rubs me the wrong way. If you say so. I made loads of wooden utensils to help with the soup kitchen they set up in the downtown district. I know it's not much, but I wanted to do what I could to pitch in. That's nice. I went to mass earlier to pray to Adius. Hopefully peace comes back to Crossbell soon. It's not much of a silver lining, but at least East Street was lucky enough to avoid any real damage. Too bad I can't say the same for the downtown district. That rampaging demon left the place devastated. They're already working on repairing the area, but who knows how long that'll take. I donated some vegetables from my stall to that charity event at the Civic Centre. The Business Owners Association is sponsoring it after all. I owe them a great deal. Not to mention I want the city folk to feel better just as much as anyone else. I'm grateful to the BOA for inviting me on as an officer and everything else they've done to make me feel welcome. If anyone can help breathe some life back into the citizens, it's them. Here's hoping their hard work pays off. The men in my house are on leave from work because of the raid. So frankly, having them at home makes doing the chores twice as hard. I suppose I should be thankful they're helping out more than they used to, at least. Having the men in the family at home all day makes doing the chores twice as hard. I don't suppose they'll be allowed to go back to work anytime soon. Those rambunctious kids in the red tracksuits wound up injured during the raid. It's worrisome to say the least. I'm wishing them a quick recovery. Give fish? We haven't given a single fish yet. Why would we start now? We've already seen Lynn and Aeolia. Wenzel and Scott are at Bellegarde. And Arios is at Orcus Tower. No, he wasn't. That's a lie, which means Arios is at Orcus Tower now. We should probably check him out. Oh, hey there, guys. I've got a quick question for you. Have you seen Arios around today? Yeah, actually, we ran into him at the cemetery earlier. He was paying a visit to his late wife's grave. Why, something happened? Well, he went off to Orcus Tower a bit ago to discuss the guild's plans with the mayor. Thing is, Enigma 2 ended up getting busted during the raid. We've been too busy dealing with the aftermath to give him a new one, so it's a bit of a pain keeping in contact. Their meeting should be done by now, so I've just been waiting for him to get his Divine Blade butt back here already. And he still hasn't, huh? But at least now I know he went to the cemetery. I suppose it's not unusual for him to visit Sayer's grave. He'll probably be returning soon enough. Sorry for bugging you guys. Nothing to worry about here. Right, we'll just be going then. With the sorry state Crossbell is in, we haven't had time to deal with the Palomagraphs or the Society. Maybe it's time for us to request backup from HQ. Yeah, to be honest, why not? You know crap's gonna go down. I'm 100% certain that LeBeau can probably spare some people. That is if they're still based there. But I'm assuming they would be. And you now, instead of 2 for the price of 1, you'd be getting 3. Which is a pretty good upgrade. I still need another fish. It seems the Fisherman Guild's secret weapon isn't a what, but a who. Just thinking about what kind of man, no angler he is, makes my heart race. It's totally me, I said. To think they would go so far as to call on Harvard of all people. No, what? Not me? No matter, this is precisely what I was hoping for. The moment I've been anticipating since I stepped foot in Crossbell is nearly here. Do your worst, Harvard. I will see to your demise personally. No, what? How? Ye of little fishy faith. What the crap? I actually feel insulted by this. The bell from Central Square has been stolen. No one... Oh yeah, I've talked to you. Get away from me. I'm upset now. These people with their lack of faith. Where's this cake I made again? Oliz will remember that. That's what's going on here, isn't it? Oliz will not let this go. I need you to make another Midnight Delight. You failed me!